Is that good? That's good. All right, let's do it again.
Yep.
I'm Joshua Bardwell, and you're going to learn something today. You're going to learn what I think of this. A Fatshark killer? Well, I don't like to say that anything is an X-killer. I like to take things on their own merits. But if there was... Let's take this out real quick.
Yeah.
So I'm flopping it around.
Yep.
If there was going to be a goggle that was a Fatshark killer, it might be this one. Stay tuned. This is the FlySight Falcon. It is an FPV goggle, and everybody and their brother seems to be trying to make a cheap FPV goggle that competes with Fatshark. And in my opinion, everybody and their brother is mostly failing. There are some standouts. SkyZone makes a good one. You know, they're doing their own thing. Who else makes a good FPV goggle that isn't Fatshark?
Commanders.
Amway Commanders, thank you. That's a good one as well. Many of the other ones I haven't been too impressed with.
No.
We won't name names. So when I saw this goggle, my first reaction was, oh boy, another terrible $300 FPV goggle. But I looked at the specs for it and I decided that it was worth a look. What did they got right? They got a module bay for a regular Fatshark module. It's even the right side up, top sky. It's even the right side up. They've got a 33-degree field of view, 16:9 screen. Yep, so that's good. Switchable, 16:9 and 4:3. That's good. What else did they do right?
DVR.
DVR, built-in DVR.
Yep, works really good. Auto start, auto stop.
Auto start, auto stop. Yeah. Where's the SD card slot? SD card slot right here on the bottom, so you could easily get it in and out. No fiddling about like this. And you're probably wondering why we're here in the field doing this video instead of at home on my bench where I could get you nice close-ups. Oh, see, there they are. And the reason for that is a couple weeks ago, I brought these goggles out to the field to just get everybody's opinions of them and see what they thought. And Jeff, you took them, and then you didn't give them back.
Yep, pretty
and
much.
You still won't give them back.
Pretty much, yeah.
So I have to do this review now because Jeff won't give them back to me. Why do you love them so much?
They fit my face really well for the actual lenses themselves. Usually I run the Attitude focals, which is about the same thing as an Attitude V3, and I like the screen size that it's not too large to where it gets blurry around the edges, but it's not too small that you can't see anything.
Now this also has like a 31 or 33 degree field of view.
Yep.
However, this is a 4:3 screen, not a 16:9 screen, and the field of view is measured diagonally. So for a 4:3 screen, a 33 degree field of view is actually a taller screen, and I think it looks a little bit bigger in your vision, whereas a 16:9 33 degree field of view is wider and it looks a little bit smaller and further away. So just because these guys are both 33 degree field of view doesn't mean the screen looks the same. But you find the screen it doesn't look too small.
Yeah, it's not too small, and the screen on the Falcons is a lot clearer to me. It's just more crisp on the actual screen itself.
It's a good looking screen.
Yeah,
it's a
very, very good
It's a
screen.
640 by 858 resolution, basically VGA resolution but widescreen.
Yep.
And that is this. You talked about the fit. You feel like they fit your face really well.
At first, I wasn't too sure about the fitment. I thought that it was a little bit tight.
Pinchy.
Right here around the sides, on the side of my face. But after wearing them for a little bit longer, they seem to just kind of start to fit better. The foam kind of breaks in a little bit, it seems.
I found them to be pretty comfortable when I first put them on. No issues with light leak. No issues with like some of the goggles. Tiny bit of light leak maybe from here, but overall completely manageable.
Yeah, nothing that would throw you off.
And they got IPD adjustment right here, single IPD adjustment. Did you find that the IPD was
IPD is one of the actual main reasons that I do like these so much. Is the HD3s, I can't get the IPD adjustment close enough in, so the outside of the screen is always blurry on the HD3s for me. That's another reason why I like the Attitudes, is the screens being a little bit smaller, the IPD doesn't have to be as accurate. With these though, the IPD adjustment goes in tighter, so I actually am not all the way in on these. I'm a little bit out from completely in, and I get a perfectly clear screen then.
Now I have the same problem. On all Fatshark goggles, I wish I had like 1.5 millimeters more IPD adjustment. They're always just not quite narrow enough. And these guys do go narrow enough. So we've discussed the fit up. We've discussed the features. The thing you liked the most about it though was the HDMI input. And you compare. We got to compare this to the Dominator V3. Not the HD3, but the Dom V3, because the Dom V3 it's also $300, isn't it?
About 350, yeah, 300 to 350.
Is a Dom V3 350?
Yeah, I think some of the people have started marking the prices down towards the 300, but yeah, usually they're about 350 for the Dom
I should have
V3s.
checked that. So 300 to 350 for the. Are you sure about that?
Pretty sure, yeah.
Okay, I believe you. So this is 300. Dom V3 comes in at 300 to 350.
Yep.
Let's say you could get a Dom V3 for 300
Yeah,
though.
that sounds... Yeah.
You would still take this goggle.
Yes, I would.
Why is that?
Because the Dominator V3s cannot switch out of 16:9. They're stuck on 16:9, and I like flying 4x3 cameras instead of 16:9, but I also like flying a Connex system, and it is in 16:9. So having that option to be able to switch between them, I like that a lot more.
And the Connex is a high-def system, which uses the HDMI input on the goggles to feed a digital high-def signal into the goggles, and being able to, that's obviously widescreen, but being able to then go to 4:3 so you don't have a stretched image for your normal cameras. If you flew all 16:9 quads, like let's say all the cameras on your analog cameras were also widescreen, and you could get a Dominator V3 for $300, then what do you think?
I would still end up going with these simply because of that IPD adjustment. Yeah, yeah.
I can't speak. Obviously, you can't judge the quality of an item. Well, let me say it this way: if an item is crappy, you can instantly judge its quality the minute you pick it up and hold it. But if an item you pick up, these feel pretty solid. Yeah. They're not heavy, but sometimes you pick something up and it just feels cheap. The plastic is kind of obviously thin. This is not like that. This feels pretty quality.
Yep.
I'd really like to crack them open and look inside, but I'm not sure how much we would benefit from. Maybe we'll do that, but here in the field that might be a little risky. I don't want to break your goggles. So his goggles now. They feel okay though. As they sell, and there are more and more of them in the market, we'll find out if they're defective. But at first glance, they seem decent. They take the standard Fatshark diopters. They have the standard ones. Yeah. So let's see.
Built-in fan as well.
Built-in fan. Yeah, good. Oh, so I'm so glad you're here.
Yeah.
Built-in fan down here. It draws air in. Where's the intake?
What I've actually found while using them is it draws the air in kind of a little bit around the foam area and directly around the lenses, and it draws it through the entire goggle system and then out the bottom.
So it works pretty good.
It does actually, yeah.
Yeah, and there's a switch right here for the fan, just a little on-off switch right here. Is it very loud?
I've noticed it a few times while flying, but it's not too bad, honestly.
Yeah. So let's see, what else should we compare these to? What about the Amway Commanders?
Yeah, the Amway Commanders are pretty close to the same
close
specs.
In the same price and very similar in specs. The Commanders don't take a module.
Yep.
So the person who's going to get the Commander is going to be a person who wants that built-in receiver. It does have diversity. Now you can do diversity on this if you're using like a Trudy or a Real ACC.
Yep.
It's obviously not going to work if you need something like a LaForge because it doesn't have a diversity side bay. If you really worked, I suppose you could try to cut something out and make something work, but why do you want to do that? So, the person who's going to buy a Commander just wants the all-in-one solution. Field of view on the Commander is very similar. I think it actually is.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
well.
I think it's 31 or 33, somewhere in there. So, yeah.
And the Commanders have something that these don't, which is a sales history and a history of not being defective. So that's certainly something. The other one that I want to throw out is the HD3 Core.
Yeah.
So the HD3 Core is a new SKU for the Fatshark HD3, which comes in at $399. Now that's $100 more than this one, so it's clearly in a different price category. But I think we can agree that the HD3 is a much better goggle all around.
Yeah, much better quality all around. Being able to use
larger
the
screen
on it, larger screen on it. Yep.
And it does 16:9:4:3.
Yep.
It's a 4:3 screen at a letterbox. It's $100 more, but by the time you've saved up $300 for a goggle, some people out there are going to want to scrimp and save for $400.
Yep.
And it's worth mentioning that the HD3 has come down a lot in price. Now the HD3 Core, it kind of makes people wonder if Fatshark's about to release a new goggle.
It does make you wonder, yeah.
But worth mentioning. All right, so there you go. What if I mean, this is my one shot to do this review, unless I want to try and go over to Jeff's house and wrangle these out of his hands again. So anything we've overlooked or anything that people in the comments are going to crucify me for not mentioning?
The nose piece.
The nose piece? Yeah, what about it?
The foam around the nose area is really thick, and you can kind of feel it kind of pinch, like if while wearing the goggles and you try and talk, you might sound a little bit nasally.
Yeah.
But it's another thing where it's just a foam, so actually as it started to break in more and more with me wearing them, it started to loosen up more around the nose area. But you could even modify the foam slightly if you needed to, if it was too tight around there. But yeah.
Yeah. And there was one other thing. What was I gonna? Oh, the foam. There was one other thing I was gonna. Oh, right. Oh, the battery case. It comes with an 18. It comes with a plastic 18650 battery case. That's nice.
Yep.
It's a little bit. I don't actually have it
bulky.
with me today. It's a little bit.
Yeah,
it's big.
bulky.
It's kind of thin and cheap plastic.
Yep.
And it doesn't have like a dog bone to hold it in. But it does come with that, so you can take some 18650 cells and power it that way. That's also nice.
Yeah,
so,
that is. Yeah, that's not bad at all.
Fatshark will charge you. What do they charge for theirs? Probably $20. I don't know.
I think so. I think it's around $20. Yeah.
Okay, so that is the FlySight Falcon FPV goggle. Link in the video description. The first, is it cheap? We keep saying, oh, cheap, but it's $300. It's not exactly cheap. But I'll say this. Given how many other people have tried to make a cheap FPV goggle, it ends up being $300 and it's shitty. Hey, good job, FlySight. This is not a shitty goggle. It's a solid goggle, worth consideration. There you go.
Yep.
Jeff, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Here's your goggles back.
All right.
End the video.